Alright, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a long time. Let's start the video by seeing how long it's been. I think it's probably been over a month. The first thing I wanted to talk about is I switched to Linux from Windows. So I'm using Ubuntu with XFCE to get rid of the bloat. I would rather have used Ubuntu than Ubuntu, but it was very hard to set up on my PC. It works great on my laptop. I have a ThinkPad X280, which is I think it was released in 2018, so it's quite an old laptop. And because Xubuntu is more for old hardware, so sometimes new hardware struggles to run on it. So when I was setting up Xubuntu on my, I have the most cost effective AI home system that you can buy. It's probably worth well under $3,000, which if you're doing AI is peanuts. A really good, highly capable AI system costs at minimum 10K. For 20K, you can get state of the art. So, and then it just keeps getting better the more you spend. If you have $100,000 to spend, you can get a really you can buy the latest off the shelf thing. But what I have is a 3090 RTX 3090 for 24 gigabytes of VRAM. And then I also have 64 gigabytes of regular RAM. And the regular RAM matters a lot to an AI rig because you can host larger models that don't fit all the way in your VRAM on regular RAM. And there's also models called mixture of experts models where it's intelligent enough to hold only the things that actively necessary in the moment need to be held in the VRAM, and then the rest in regular RAM. So the more regular RAM you have, the bigger models you can run. But because they're spilled over, it really slows the model performance down. But it's a great way to upgrade your system and run bigger models. If I were to upgrade this system, I could go multiple ways. I could add a second 3090. That would be a pretty big upgrade because now I have 48 of regular RAM. Or I could take my 64 gigabytes of regular RAM rather than video RAM, and upgrade that to like 256, 512. And now I'm running massive models, but it's going to be really, really slow. So I guess, yeah, I looked a lot into upgrading. That was kind of something that was stuck on my mind for a long time. But I've kind of resolved myself to be happy with this system. It's actually a really good, cost-effective system. It's not powerful. It's underpowered, but it's like I actually have the thing and I can do cool things with it. So as much as it's underpowered compared to what else you can get, if you're like me and you don't have all the money in the world, it's a really, really good value for the price. And it's like the difference between owning a car and not. Like I can actually do the things a car owner would do. It's just I do them for less glamorously. All right, so that's the first thing I wanted to say. Next thing, we're gonna open up the web browser, and then we're gonna take a look at when I posted last. So I'm even gonna have to log into my account because it's been so long. Do this on my other screen. Oh, you couldn't see it anyway because it was. Okay, I have two-factor set up anyway, so it doesn't even matter. All right, so let's take a look at when was the last time I posted. So it's already been 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Okay, so so channel's not dead. Just kind of moved on because a lot of what I was doing this channel, it's just things are so tumultuous right now in tech. Like, I feel like it's if anyone tells you to just get your CCNA, like I feel like they're kind of leading you astray now. Like that was good advice in the past, and it's not even the worst advice in the world now, because you have to get in the door. You have to be doing something. So if you just get a CCNA and work a help desk job, like you're working in tech. It's like what I talked about with my AI setup. I don't have the fanciest, best AI setup in the world, but I'm doing local AI. Like I'm actually able to do it in my beater, station wagon. So it's kind of the same thing with the traditional route of going into tech, which is what I did. I went to a Cisco Network Academy, got my CCNA while I was in school. Afterwards, got a CCNP, got industry experience. Stayed with a company, moved up with a company, and then did contracting. So it's that pathway kind of is still there, but I'm not sure like how long things are gonna. I'm not sure how things are going to change in the future, and there's people out there saying that AI is going to change things so dramatically that they're convinced that it's going to end humanity. Period. So there's people who are saying, like, if you try to get a steady job, you plug your 401k and you save for retirement, and you kind of look ahead and plan for the future. You're basically making the biggest mistake you possibly could make ever, because AI will change things so rapidly and so drastically that there's kind of no way to plan for the future. And in fact, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, everyone in the world could die. So, live it up now, kind of don't necessarily blow your money on frivolous things, but this idea of should I do something now or should I do something later, fundamentally is different, because later may not exist. But of course, everyone says that all the time throughout history, and it's never true. So I don't know. My PDOOM value, if anyone's familiar with that, is quite low. I'm a big fan of Lyron Shapira, and he says 5 or 10 is the lower boundary of what he considers reasonable. So I'm gonna go with a 10, just because I do see all of the ways AI can go wrong. So I'm gonna say 10. So yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see here. Oh, right. So I wanted to talk more about how I've been using AI. So let's look at my LinkedIn and get a sense for the posts I made. So I'm gonna try to figure out why I can't see the toolbars anymore. Okay, here's a new one. So we'll go to my LinkedIn and we'll look at some of my posts. Okay, feel free to add me on LinkedIn too. The last post I did was a retweet of the fact that the existing AI infrastructure is being vastly underutilized, and there's a lot of gains to be had to just figure out how to use more of the AI infrastructure that's already in place. So that was a good one. then I made one about model context protocol, and not necessarily being the be all end all of allowing AI to use tools. But this is the one I wanted to focus on here. I think 1 year lock-ins at discounted prices are rapidly becoming the worst deals in AI. Things are moving so incredibly fast, day by day, hour by hour, that you need to be reviewing your AI spending every month and quickly pivoting to get the best bang for the buck. Simply purchasing a subscription is not the best move when open source models like GLM 5.2 are available to use in novel ways. And I definitely stand by that. That I believe that still. If we go back to some of my even older posts, we can see what I've been thinking. What I've been thinking a lot about recently is my AI spending, because the more effectively you can do that, the better you are. So we'll look at this post here. We'll look. Let me just click on view all posts. That should be easier to look through. Yeah, there we go. So we should see some posts about choosing what to purchase in AI. Yeah. So this one we'll look at. How do I look at the post? So I'll copy link to post and then put it here. Okay, and then maybe one more. I think those two are probably good enough. Oh yeah, we can look at this one too. Okay. Okay, we'll look at this one too, because this one is actually quite interesting. Very relevant. Yeah, we'll look at this one too. Okay, so let's go through and look at each of these posts. So the first one is pretty funny. How wrong was I to attempt to purchase an 8X V100 server for a 1-bedroom apartment? This was posted 2 months ago. So this was posted after the last time I posted on this channel, but still quite a bit ago. So we do have the benefit of hindsight here. And the answer is kind of wrong, because of my living situation. If I had a house and I could put this screaming, thing somewhere in that house and get a special power connection to the house, this would legitimately be the most cost-effective, highest value, powerful value out there. So here's it booting up. Yeah, so he's worried about his neighbors right now. You can hear the camera's kind of suppressing the noise a bit. Yeah. And that makes it even louder. Yeah. Yep. And this is the So this, it looks like he's got 16-bit cards in them. The one I was looking at would have, yeah, each of these at 32. So he's got what? So 64 here. So this is a 128 setup. Mine was a 256 because each of these cards would be 32. So it likely would have been even louder than this one. So yeah, I have hindsight now, and the answer is, for my living situation, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If I had a house and a quiet place to put this, or a place where I could put this where, then this legitimately would have been the best value for the price, for sure, by far. 256 gigabytes of video memory, 256 of regular memory, $6,000. I mean, yeah, there's nothing out there with those kinds of numbers for that kind of price. So what's the catch? It weighs 125 pounds. It has to be delivered off of an 18-wheeler on a shipping crate, and they're not going to help you move it in your house or anything like that. So you basically have to have like a crane or something, or be able to lift 125 pounds, which I can do. I could have dragged that thing up the stairs. Would have been hard, but like I can lift 125 pounds for sure. But you can't keep it outside because the Texas heat would obliterate it. It has to be indoors. So in a 1-bedroom apartment now, it makes no sense. It's I was completely wrong to purchase it. But in general, if you have like even just like a single family home, especially if you can get a special power run to your home, 250 watts, or 224 watts or so, I don't even know. But you need a special power connection. Just the standard power outlets in the United States, because we use a different system than like in Europe, are weaker and don't support this. So you end up blowing out the power breakers in your living space. So for me, my apartment just doesn't have enough power to even run the thing. So I was close. It was probably. It is the most price effective setup there is if you just want raw power in your AI. This is the cheapest way to do that. But honestly, even, it's got really great memory bandwidth, probably the best you could possibly get. But it doesn't have the 256 of video memory is still pretty low. Like, there's models where like you want like a terabyte of video memory. Like if you were to let's go to Hugging Face, and we'll look at GLM 5.2 obliterated. So we've got a few of them here. I'm not sure which one is best. But we'll go with this one. So if we click deploy. Oh, I see. Okay, so some of these you can't. Oh, you have to agree. Okay, and then do I have deploy? Oh, so this model isn't available. Okay, so we'll go back to here. Yeah, not all of the models are available to deploy. Yeah, okay, now we have the deploy option for this one. Ablated base, so this is basically the same thing as obliteration, surgically removing the refusal vectors. So if we click deploy, we can deploy it on a Hugging Face inference endpoint. And in their mind, the best price to performance ratio, the system they recommend you deploy it on, has 8 NVIDIA H100s. So it has a terabyte of video memory. So good luck making that at home. It's got 2 terabytes of regular RAM. It costs $40 an hour. So this is what these are. The ones you run on my system, these are like 32 bit parameter models. This one here is 743 parameter models. There's also quantization levels. This runs at its full capacity. Quantization, as far as so what I understand quantization to be, and I could be a little bit off in this, and it is basically it's like rounding off the probabilities. So it's like saying that this has a 3.2% chance, rather than this has a 3.299876% chance. It's like the significant digits of the model, and that can allow the model to be far more nuanced, to come to better conclusions, because you know it's just a better functioning model the more like significant digits it can use in its calculations. So that's my understanding of quantization. So you definitely want to run the model that has the most significant digits for you to work with, but the problem is that makes it so that you need more juice in your system. So yeah, this is a fair pricing. If you just get a single H200 and nothing else, that's going to cost you about $30,000 right there. So you're not going to be able to run this at home. You've got to go through a provider. You can buy one of these 8X. So this is the very system that you rent time on through there for $40 an hour. You want to buy it yourself. It's going to cost you $30,000. And then it's going to be like the V100 system that we looked at, where it's going to be just completely noisy. It'll be like a space heater basically in your apartment. If you don't have proper cooling, like in a rack in a professionally maintained and operated data center, it'll just overheat and not work. You won't be able to power it up in your apartment because you don't have the right kind of power connectors. Data centers have special power configurations. So your only option for doing something crazy like running a GLM 5.2 uncensored is to use the cloud, and even then you gotta pay $40 an hour. So this is probably, in my opinion, the best setup for AI right now. This $40 an hour model, but it's not what I use because it's just too expensive for me. So I pay quite a lot for AI, but I don't pay $40 per hour. That's just crazy. But with the obliteration, I mean, the censorship of the models has gotten, in my opinion, so crazy. You can't even ask it. You can't even say something like, "Oh, look, there's a mushroom growing in my backyard. Tell me more about it. I'm interested." You can't even do that because it'll just say, "Don't eat wild mushrooms," and it'll get stuck on that, and it won't give you any information about what the mushroom is. It won't give you information about, like if you wanted to eat the mushroom, like I think it's fair to get information about edible mushrooms, like blue oyster mushrooms, yellow like oyster mushrooms. There's a lot of edible mushrooms out there, but for it to not even have that conversation, it just completely shut you down when it comes to just like mycology, very simple, benign scientific subjects. Like it's just absolutely unacceptable to me. So I think I don't think the Claude Max and the OpenAI are the best value out there right now. Just the fact that they're censored so much means you're losing a lot of value. So I think this is probably one of the best value AI setups on the market today, even though it costs so expensive. But what I would do is probably use the Claude. I would recommend Claude over ChatGPT, and then just come up with like an hour playbook or like an action plan, and then just everything it shut you down on. You spin this up for an hour, and then you ask it, and then you actually get the real answers. Now I have 32-bit models that I can run on my 3090 24 VRAM system, and I can ask it anything under the sun. It's kind of crazy how it is so uncensored, but I don't get great answers, right? Because it's not a super powerful model, and then on my system I have to quantize it quite a bit. So it's what my system can do really well is generate images. It can generate like speech to text, or like detect translate text to, or yeah, so it can do speech to text. If I'm talking, it can like format all my words in a transcript and stuff, and like interpret like what I'm saying and stuff, and get things right. And it can do text to speech, where it can read things back to me in like a really pleasant voice. So that's something you do with the video memory, the GPU. You can use just the regular speech to text and text to speech free features in Chrome, but the problem with that is you have a very limited selection of voices. The other problem with that is all of your communications are then processed by Google, so you basically hand over all of your communications to them. Otherwise, you can just process it all locally. So I have a lot I can do with this setup. The other thing I can do, and let me pause it and come back, because this is really cool. All right, I'm back. So this is the other thing I can do with my home setup, and I see my shit, but I need my I need my camera to work because I'm about to show something. Let me remove that. Okay, and then add one back in. Yeah, pipe wire, whatever that is. Okay. So then move this up. Oh wait, no, move that down. Wait, why is it not? It's not showing up. Oh, order, move up. Move up. Oh wait, no, transform? What? I'm trying to make it, because it looks like it's in the back right now. Oh no, it's not. It's in the front. It's just not capturing anything. Okay, get rid of that. Add the other one. Okay, there we go. So now you can see. Okay, perfect. So, okay, it didn't freeze yet. So one thing I have is this Oneida access point. So now, so I have a pretty complicated home local area network that I did a video series on before, called the Sovereign. It's called the Sovereign Cloud. So I kind of have a Sovereign Cloud setup. I have got 3 machines behind a pfSense firewall. I have a home lab for GNS3, where I did like study for that. I have my 3090 AI PC, and then I have just a T5 5600 server with just a lot of storage in it. It's got like a lot of drives on it, just to like host like fun stuff. So uh, so I have my combo device from the internet service provider AT&T, and that serves Wi-Fi. But the problem with that is it's not behind the firewall. So I need another device to serve Wi-Fi that I can hook up behind the firewall, so that it's a part of that local area network and not on another network. So that's what I got this for. And the reason I need that is because of this. So this is a Tapo home camera, a security camera. I'm going to use it for not for security, but for talking with my AI. I want my AI to actually be able to see me and to comment on things in my life. Am I exercising? Am I cooking healthy meals at home? So I'm going to set up a home camera system and try to use the AI to reshape my behavior. And for that, I bought a Claude $100 a month subscription and I've been building out with Claude. So that's kind of the main thing I wanted to show in this video. And I'll get rid of my camera feed because that's not going to be necessary. And I'll pull up the main thing I wanted to show in this video. So this is the terminal. Right now I've got OBS running in this tab. I've got Claude running in this tab, working on a game that I'm building. And then I've got is Claude running in this tab too? What is Claude doing here? Oh yeah, Claude was running. Oh shit. What is this? Uh-oh. I don't know what this is. I'm worried about canceling it. Let me cancel it. Okay. Get rid of that. All right, so this is the thing I wanted to show is I built myself a conversational partner using my local GPU. So we've got Kokoro, Whisper, and Solero on my local GPU, and that gives it the voice. We've got some stats about how many. See how she blinked? We got that. That isn't that cool? Look, she's blinking. We've got stats on the tokens spending. We've got the ability to select the model. We'll select Opus and the effort level. We'll just leave it on high. Don't want to burn through too many tokens. We've got the ability to show like all the tool calls and stuff. So flip that on and off. And then this is what I showed with the cameras. We also get to see what she is actually seeing. She's going to look at me and judge me and make me feel bad about myself until my behavior changes. So we can see what she's seeing. But most importantly, we can talk to her. So we can, she's got all these features here that we can see the state they're in. She can use my browser. She can create me images. She can create music for me. She can use Ollama and like get me other local models to play with, like other image generation models. Just whatever model works on my system, she can just determine that and go out and get it. She can, as I said, she can see me and she can show me relevant images. So like if we're talking and I'm cooking or something and she notices I'm using like the knife unsafely or like I'm doing something wrong in the cooking, she can show me a picture of that and say, hey, there's a problem here with what you're doing. Look at this picture. And then she can use her own image pipeline and create me a picture of how I should do it otherwise. So that's really cool. And that depends on my local. The fact that I have 24 gigabytes of VRAM makes all of this stuff possible. I can't do like, move mountains, but I can drive my Ford Pinto to the grocery store, which is all I need to do. And then she has voice. So we'll start the voice, and then I'll let her know what we're doing. Hey, how you doing? I'm making a... Oh, shit. And there's a problem with... Are you there? Are you there? See, it tries a different mic each time. I got to do a bunch of debugging with this. It's not easy to set up, but... Okay, so now it's working. Yeah. So I'm making a YouTube video showing you off. Can you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Claude, an AI assistant from Anthropic, and right now I'm running as Graham's voice-controlled coding agent. The way this works is pretty fun. Graham talks to me out loud, I listen, and then I can actually go into his codebase and read files, write code, run commands, and get real work done, all while talking back to him like we're having a conversation. What you're looking at is something Graham built himself. There's a Node backend driving me, a Python sidecar running on his GPU for the speech and vision, and even a little avatar face that reacts while I think and talk. He's been using this to build out a whole family of projects, everything from this voice setup to a music coaching tool that listens to him play viola. So basically, I'm the coding partner you can just talk to. Thanks for having me on the video, Graham. What do you want to show them next?
We could show them the viola thing doesn't really work too well. I was thinking we could probably show them that, but honestly, it doesn't work too well. Can we show them the vision? Maybe we can demo that? I don't know.
Yeah, let's skip the viola thing then, no problem. Let me figure out the best way to show off the vision so it actually lands on camera. Give me 1 sec to peek at how it's wired up.
Okay, so I terminated that call. I hope the audio's working here. I have a lot of trouble with audio, but yeah, you can see it's got a lot of really cool features. I can add all the features I want. We can look at all the tool calls that it does. It does all kinds of tool calls. It has full access to my system, so we can just look at the output if we want. We don't have to see all those tool calls. We can see if it's still working or not, because it's grayed out if it's still doing tool calls and stuff, which we can see that it is. Yeah, we can see the avatar changes too from the state. So it's in speaking state, listening state, and
Oh nice, the vision is a way better demo anyway. So here's how it works for the folks watching. There's a camera pointed at Graham's room, and behind the scenes, a local vision model is looking at frames every few seconds, totally on his own GPU, nothing leaving the house. Graham, the cool part is you just talk to it. Try saying out loud, "What do you see?" and it'll describe your room back to you. Or say, "Show me the camera," and it'll actually pop the live frame up on screen so the audience can see exactly what I'm looking at. And then for the real party trick, once it's looking at the room, you can say something like, "Put a tiger in what you see," and it'll take that live camera frame and paint the tiger right into your actual room. That one always gets a reaction. So go ahead, ask me what I see, and let's show them.
what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Okay, well, obviously it's not working. Okay, so we've got a call terminated. That's happening each time. Before it would normally. Okay, well, shoot. Okay, let me. All right, so I think that might be because of this. Oh yeah, see how we've got it selected to this. I don't know how that happened, but we have to select it back to that. There we go, and then now it should work. All right, can you hear me now? Can you show me what you see? Can you give me a formal evening wear, like change my clothing so that it looks like I'm a prince about to go see Cinderella tonight? And there you have it. Isn't that awesome? So you could do this with like, Manus, and I still have Manus. I paid for a year up front, so I could do this with Manus. You can do this with all sorts of stuff. But the really cool thing about this is this doesn't eat into my credits for OpenAI, because sorry, for Anthropic, for cloud. It doesn't eat into my credits because this is my local AI system that's doing this, and we can see the quality is not as good. I don't understand why there's bubble wrap down here, and then this is so old that we've got the problems where it can't do hands. Um, so if I had a better local system, this would generate better. I could use more sophisticated models. But I mean, it actually did the thing, which is, and it did it for free. It did it using my local system. So isn't that cool? Like, how creative can you get this with this, right? And then what I could do is if I really, I can use Manus or whatever and ask it to do a better job on it. But for rapid prototyping, for just like having fun, because I think this is, in my opinion, like, no one codes in just raw C anymore. I mean, people do, but coding in raw C kind of it's not as valuable anymore, because like you could make mistakes on things that you shouldn't be, that are just already a solved problem, like handling memory and like all this stuff, like that's already worked out pretty well in the higher layers of abstraction. So like you don't need to just keep redoing that over and over again. And then so you're just kind of wasting time if you write everything out in assembly language or C. Like, it makes no sense. So I feel like that's kind of what vibe coding is it's just the next layer of abstraction. So the main thing I get with this is like, I'm making these projects, I'm actually good at AI. Like, I'm really good at AI. I set this up myself. I know how to prompt, I know how to um, test things out. So it's really good for that, and I can do that without wasting all my credits on something like Manus or whatever. So that's a really cool feature. Um, can you describe more about the? Oh. Can you tell me more about the features you have? I'm making a YouTube video that shows you off.
Few things that demo really well on camera. First, I can see. There's a vision system wired into your webcam, so I have an ambient sense of what's in front of me right now, you recording with your mic and headphones. And as you just saw, I can grab the exact frame the camera sees and show it back to you on screen. Second, the image generation. That all runs locally on your own 3090, no cloud, no cost per image. I can make a picture from scratch, restyle a photo, or edit just part of one, which is how I just turned you into a prince headed to the ball. There are several art styles: photoreal, watercolor avatar, anime game art, and a handful of different models under the hood. Third, the transcript and the avatar. Everything we say renders as clean chat bubbles, and there's a little avatar face that reacts. It looks like it's thinking when I'm working and speaking when I talk back. And up in the corner there are live controls. You can pick which model I run on, how hard I think, and there's a gauge showing your usage burn over a rolling 5-hour window. For a video, the strongest beats are probably the live see the camera moment, the local image edit like the Prince transform, and then actually giving me a coding task out loud and watching me do it. Want me to set up a clean demo flow, or run any of those live so you can capture it?
Well, just give me an idea of what you would do for a demo flow.
Sure. I'd shape it like a story with a bit of a wow build. Open cold. Just you talking. Say, hey, can you hear me? And I answer. That establishes right away that this is fully voice, no typing, no clicking. It's a small moment, but it lands because people don't expect it to just work. Then go to the senses. Ask me what I see, and I pull the live camera frame onto the screen. That's the first real surprise, because now the audience realizes I'm not just listening, I'm actually aware of the room. From there, the magic trick. Have me transform that frame. The Prince outfit is perfect because it's playful and it's obviously you, just reimagined. And the key thing to say out loud for the video is that this is running locally on your own GPU. No cloud, no per image cost. That's the part that makes developers lean in. Then the payoff, the reason this thing actually exists. Give me a real coding task by voice. Something small but genuine, like add a feature to a file or fix a bug, and let the camera watch me read the code, make the edit, and run it. Narrate what I'm doing while it happens. That turns it from a toy into a tool. And then close on the controls. Show the corner cluster, switch the model, change the thinking effort, point at the live usage gauge. That tells the audience this is a real cockpit, not a demo rigged to look good once. The whole arc is can you hear me? What do you see? Now change what you see, now write code, and here's the cockpit driving it. About 4 to 5 minutes if you keep it tight. Want me to actually run any of those beats right now so you can capture them?
Create for me an image of Cinderella.
I'll create one for you now. There she is, Cinderella in her pale blue ball gown with the tiara and glass slippers, standing in the palace ballroom. Want me to put the two of you in the same scene, the prince meeting Cinderella?
Yeah, put the two of us in the same scene, please.
Let me put you both in the ballroom together, keeping your likeness as the prince. There you both are, the prince and Cinderella meeting at the ball, chandeliers and the marble staircase behind you. How's that? Want her closer, a different gown color, or maybe a dance pose?
It's really bad. It's honestly really bad. Let's start. Why don't you get a better image of me? So take a look at me. I've got the camera pointed a bit better at my face. So let's start there. Get a better image of my face, and then I want you to put the Cinderella and myself together side by side in a royal ballroom, and I want to see both of our faces and the ballroom. So like, yeah.
Good call. Let me start by grabbing a clean, sharp frame of your face, now that the camera is better aimed. That's a much cleaner shot of you. Now let me build the side-by-side ballroom scene, keeping your face from this frame and putting Cinderella next to you, both faces clear.
Now I notice you're using the same image from before, and you're not using the new image.
There you go, you as the
You're
prince
not
and
using
Cinderella
the-
side by side in the ballroom, both faces in frame with the chandeliers and staircase behind
Oh,
you.
that's so good.
Does that land better? If you want, I can pull your likeness through more strongly with a lighter edit, or pose you two closer, maybe a hand-in-hand dance.
Well, I want you to take a new image
You're right,
of me.
let me lock onto that clean new face, shot directly instead. I'll use the sharp upscaled frame of you as the base, and keep the edit light so your real face carries through.
All right, so I'm stopping it from listening to me. One thing that I found really works is we can see it's kind of not cooperating. It's really yeah. It looks like the vision is actually having an error now. So one thing we could do is take this whole transcript and then navigate to the folder where I work on this. So open a new terminal. Oops, we could do a new tab in the same instance. Yeah, and now I'm in the folder here.
Looks like the image pipeline just dropped offline for a second. Let me try that again.
So it's going to try it again, so I'm holding my camera up, see if it can take a better photo of me. But it looks like the image pipeline is still down, so I don't know if it's going to have more luck. But in the meantime, we can take that. So I use dangerously skip permissions. I don't know if that's better. Claude and Chrome extensions will use it by default. Yeah, you can use my browser. That's fine. Um, uh, okay. Oops. Unless something got ruined. But okay. Unless something. Yeah, I'm not sure. So then we can say, take a look at this conversation transcript from a voice UI chat. As you can see, there are a number of issues. Help me identify each issue so that we can improve on this.
The image service is still coming back offline, twice now. That's usually the local GPU getting contended or the Comfy UI sidecar hiccuping. The same 3090 is shared between the camera vision and the image generator, so they sometimes step on each other. Give it a few seconds and I'll fire it again. Want me to retry now, or should I check whether the image service is actually up first?
Okay, so there we go. I might run out of usage because I'm building this game. So let's see here. So both needed from you. I'll pick it up automatically. So okay, so this is running an agent workflow. There's 6 agents doing stuff on this, so I might run out of usage at some point. I'm only on the 100 rather than the 200, so I've run out quite often. Let's see here. So yeah, now what I can do is take the transcript, drop it in there. Yeah. So we got some distinct problems. Yep. Yep. So I described the images there. So yes, we'll say yes. We'll enable UltraCode effort.
Still offline, even the plain frame grab won't go through, so the image service itself is down right now, not just a busy GPU. I can't pull a new image of you until it comes back. Do you want me to take a look at the image service and try to bring it back up, or just wait a moment and retry?
Okay, so now we're going to say yes, fix all of the problems, please. Yeah, so now that was the point of the video. I can usually only do these videos for like an hour. We're up to 58 already. I just kind of wear out from making them after an hour. I just wanted to demonstrate that because I think it's pretty cool that we have this avatar up there and it's like blinking and then it changes states like that, and it was generated using my local system, so I didn't have to burn any credits on image generation or anything like that. I think it's really cool that it can actually look at me and we can talk about it, what it sees, and then I've got these TIPO cameras, so it can look at different rooms in my apartment and encourage me to like exercise or like use my kitchen more, or like clean my kitchen when I'm done. I can like we can talk about like keeping better house and having better home habits, and I think it's really cool that it can like modify photos and like I think that's really fun. Also the speech to text, you'll notice that the voice is like a pretty good sounding voice. It's not just like the speech to text voice from which I don't mind. Like I don't really need that, but it's kind of cool that I have it, and the voice kind of matches the avatar a bit more. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show, is just what I could do. This was all done with my Claude Max subscription, all the pipelines for the image generation, all of that. It just figured out how to do it on its own. So I just wanted to show what I've been doing in the 3 months since I've made a video. I've been doing basically all AI. Kind of encourage other people out there to, like, if you're want to get into technology, get comfortable using AI. Um, there's it's not the kind of thing where you just use it and it's there's a skill to using AI. There's a lot of skill to using AI, so you really don't want to be left behind, just doing simple prompts while people are like setting up the kind of stuff like I'm showing here, while people are using like uncensored obliterated models to figure out real, because like OpenAI and Anthropic aren't going to tell you how to start up your own AI company and drive them out of business. Like they're not going to tell you, like the perfect example I said earlier, they're not even going to tell you what mushroom's growing in your backyard, because that's corporate liability. If it tells you to eat that mushroom and you die, they might be able to get sued for that. So like being able to intelligently spin up and deploy and pay $40 for an hour usage of an uncensored frontier model is like a really important skill in AI. Being able to kind of scrimp and save for every last penny, and making sure that you're using the right, you're making the right purchase decisions. That's probably the most important skill in AI right now, because it's so easy to accidentally burn through things and spend too much. So I definitely recommend having a really good home, having maybe not necessarily a really good one, but just having like the bare basics of a home AI setup. So like a single 3090 with like 64 gigabytes of RAM. What I have is like a really good starting point. It's better than having nothing, and it's a few $1,000s, but when it comes to AI, a few $1,000s is like pennies. So I think it's worth it. We could see that it's an actual powerful system that can actually like do really cool, fun things. It's not like it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's what I've been up to in the 3 months since I've made a video. Let's see here. Yes, run it. Then we'll change it. If you do Control Tab, you can turn off the those annoying things like messages. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.